I will never be Jim Rohn, but I will do my best impression of the pieces that I've learned from him. I had an opportunity to be mentored by Jim Rohn. I had an opportunity to learn from him. I had the opportunity to be his friend. And today, what I want to do is take the information that I've learned over the course of 36 years in network marketing and share it with you. And as a way of introduction, he gave me a big introduction, but I will just tell you, I've been around the profession 36 years. I've coached a lot of top earners around the profession, the book Go Pro, et cetera, et cetera. What I think I'm probably best at is taking difficult things and simplifying them and helping people to get results. So if you're interested in getting results in your Herbalife business, hit some sort of emoji. I don't care which one, hearts or likes or thumbs ups or whatever you would like to hit as far as an emoji if you're excited about results. I'm more focused on results than anything else. And when the company had the courage to put together something they'd never done, this Premier League program, and I was so impressed with all of that. And it's part of the reason why I made the decision to become so closely associated with the company. Not just short term. I'm not just here for a week or two. I'm here for years. And I really want to lock arms with you and teach you everything I know and everything that I've learned, because I do have a unique perspective of what's going on in the network marketing profession around the world. So my intentions are to give you every single thing that I know, help you get results. And I want to tell you why I decided to make this decision to get involved with Herbalife before I get into the training. And I'm not going to take long, but I do want to mention a few things. The first thing that struck me in our conversations over the past 6 months specifically was the fact that you as a company, and when I say that, I mean corporate and you in the field, those of you who are building in the field, those of you who are leading in the field, those of you who are solopreneurs, those of you who have chosen network marketing, those of you who are facing your fears and doing the difficult things, the partnership between field and company is a special one. And because the partnership is so strong over the last 44 years, the absolute scale and leverage and reach that you've been able to develop has been mind-blowing to me. The fact that you are operating in 95 countries around the world, $8.8 billion in suggested retail sales in just 2022, over 1 million distributors, well over 300 staff, scientists, and PhDs in 19 different active labs. No one in the world can boast these incredible statistics. 1.7 billion shake servings sold worldwide. 4.6 million shakes consumed daily. 78.5 million canisters of protein shakes sold worldwide. Nearly 300,000 internal tests conducted every year to verify purity, nutritional value, taste, etc. And here's one thing that's never happened in 100 years of network marketing. 67,000 nutrition clubs, 67,000 physical locations around the world. Do you realize that that's never happened in any company in the history of this profession? Not only have you pulled it off, but you're smashing, you're crushing, using that approach to reach more people and to help more people with your products. So that's just the scale, leverage, and reach. You're an absolute giant. And it continues to blow my mind. I learn something every day about how powerful you are as an organization. The brands, the assets, the relationships, Other organizations would give their right arm just to be able to have any one of these things. But the Global Anti-Hunger Partnership organizations, World Food Program USA, United Nations Global Compact, the Global Food Banking Network, Feed the Children organization, the sports sponsorships, 150 plus athletes and teams, Cristiano Ronaldo, Virat Kohli, Atletico de Madrid Femenino, and the LA Galaxy, just to name a few. More than 40 sports. 5 national Olympic committees, including the Mexican, Vietnamese, Italian, Greek, and Israeli Olympic committees. Do you know how big that is? It's huge. And then the science. Most organizations guess when it comes to the science. They make stuff up. This organization, this company, is the member of the American Botanical Council, board member of the AOAC International, board member of the Institute of the Advancement of Food and Nutritional Sciences, sustaining partner of the American Society for Nutrition, a member of the Botanical Safety Consortium, a gold member of the National Health Products Research Alliance, and a member of the International Life Sciences Institute in China, Brazil, Korea, Southeast Asia, India, and Europe. And I mean, this is just from doing homework that I put this list together, and it's just scratching the surface of what's really there. Put an emoji in the chat if you're proud of what this company has done so far. If you're proud of what they've done, you should be proud. You should flex. You shouldn't be playing defense. You should be playing offense. You're an absolute giant. And finally, industry organizations. Founding member and chair of the company council of the GHE International Alliance of Dietary and Food Supplement Associations, board member and president of the Soy Nutrition Institute Global, member of the Global Organization of EPA and DHA Omega-3s, board member in International Aloe Science Council, member of the World Federation of Direct Selling Associations, CEO Council, board member and vice chair of the American Herbal Products Association, board member of the Council of Responsible Nutrition, member of the United States Personal Care Products Council, member and leadership of 59 national direct selling associations, member and more of more than 15 American Chamber of Commerce organizations. Listen, you might be bored with that. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. I will tell you, I think that some of you might have forgotten. Some of you might think that this is normal. What I just listed is not normal. What I just listed is factual and extraordinary. If you just showed those 4 slides to any prospect, I'd think if they're smart, they'd want to take a look. Tell me the company that has all this, because this is unbelievable. And then we get to your founder, Mr. Mark Hughes. I met him once, which is to say, I said hello. I wish I had the opportunity to get to know this incredible human, this force of nature, this incredible visionary. But he lives on. He lives on through each and every one of you. He lives on through the actions that you take when you don't feel like it. He lives on when you share the product with somebody who doesn't know anything about it. When you educate the world, he lives on. You honor his memory every single time you have a conversation, you do a presentation. Every time you use the product yourself, he lives on. So Mark Hughes, amazing, unbelievable legacy. I'm honored to be even in any part of the conversation, as should you. And then my old friend, Mr. Jim Rohn. What a guy. He was, that picture right there, I was in the room when he took that picture. I hired the photographer to take that photo. We were connected as friends, but he was more than just a friend. He was much more of a mentor. much more through his programs and his audio programs and his events than he ever was person to person. Not saying he wasn't an incredible friend person to person, but what I learned from him through his education, through his information, through his heart and soul, changed my whole life. I'm honored to be working, kind of standing in a chair he used to stand in, and blessed to be able to do it. And I do not take it for granted, I will tell you that. Then there's Mr. Michael Johnson. I personally believe that this entire profession owes Michael O. Johnson a debt of gratitude. His ability to fight against unfair and unjust accusations and ultimately to come out the other side, his ability to do what was necessary to fight for you, each and every one of you. The entire network marketing profession, 200 billion worldwide, owes him a debt of gratitude. So do all of you. I loved hearing recently, he sat down with a bunch of executives and he said, I'm not going anywhere. So it's time for us to go after this thing. Let's go. When he and I met for the first time, he says, tell me what you see in Herbalife. And I said, well, the first thing I see is 20 billion. He said, me too. He said, that's my number. Me too. So I think together between the company, myself, and you, we can work towards achieving that vision and making that happen. And hopefully today is going to be the beginning of that process with you. And then finally, there's Stefan Graziani. Stefan is your secret weapon. Do you realize that? Whether you know him well or not, he's your secret weapon. He's a person who has 32 years experience in the field doing what you've done. That also has a corporate sensibility to be able to do what's necessary inside a large organization to be able to help that organization support you in growing your business. Do you know how rare that is? To be able to find a unicorn like that, that's willing to do it, that's willing to make a sacrifice, that's willing to step away from the comfortable distributor life and into a more challenging president role, corporate role, to be able to serve you and the vision of the company. It's incredibly rare. He and I hit it off right away, and we continue to strengthen our friendship. And I will tell you, you're an absolute giant. For all those reasons that I just described and more, that's the reason why I decided to do something I've never done. I have never, in 36 years, even entertained a relationship like the relationship I have with Herbalife. Not one time. I changed my mind and decided to do something spectacular, to be able to be another tool for you, if you'll let me, be a tool for you to help you unlock your potential. One of my core beliefs is network marketing isn't perfect. It has its challenges. It's judged. It's misunderstood. It's emotional. It has its ups and its downs. But if you have an entrepreneurial bone in your body, it's better. It's better than any other form of entrepreneurship in the world. For the average person, it's just better. And I'll challenge anybody with any other entrepreneurial endeavor. Take the price of entry, take the potential for upside, take the potential for leverage, and I'll compare it to anything else. I'd be willing to have that debate with anyone. Network marketing is not perfect, but it is better. What we need to do, what you need to do, is tell the world what I just shared with you. Tell the world your vision. Tell the world the solution that you have for them. Tell the world, most of the world is looking. Do you know how hot health and nutrition is in every corner of the world today, longevity, the ability to live better and live longer, do you know how popular that is today? More popular than it's ever been. Who's better positioned to serve the needs of the world when it comes to health and wellness than this company in 95 countries? The world needs to know what it is that you have. That's on us. And for us to do that, we need to get better. You're great at some things. And there's other things that maybe you were great at and not so great anymore that we can strengthen again. And I know every market's different. But in general, there's 4 things that we do. 4 things that we do. So if you're taking notes, write these 4 things down. Number 1, we sell quality products using word-of-mouth advertising. Our function, your function as a distributor, is to educate the consumer, to demonstrate the value of your product, and to use word-of-mouth advertising so people will give it a try. Most of marketing is just getting somebody to try something. So nothing happens inside of Herbalife unless a product sells to a customer. Nothing. Nobody gets paid a thing until a product sells to a customer. So selling is one of the things that we do. Number 2 is we recruit. You have the ability, unlike other opportunities, you have the ability to build an ever-expanding team of other people who are selling. And the company will reward you in a different way, but still reward you based upon the sales of the people that you involve. Based upon your compensation structure, based upon the results, based upon the sales. So 1, we sell. 2, we recruit. And unlike other companies, there's no limit to the number of people that you can involve. Out of 8 billion potential people, I don't know how many are represented in the 95 countries that the company's involved in, but it's a big number. Whatever that is, you have access to all of those people. And you can involve as many as you're willing to go out there and have the conversation with. And if they see the opportunity, they can join. The company won't limit you. So number 1, we sell. Number 2, we recruit. Number 3, we have the opportunity to duplicate. It doesn't just stop there. We can teach those people to sell and recruit, and we can teach their people to sell and recruit, and we can teach their people to sell and recruit. Again, nothing happens until a sale happens to a customer. But the wealthiest people in the world understand one word, and that word is called leverage. Leverage. The ability to create leverage. And the best way in the world to create leverage, you know what it is? Building a network. The wealthiest people in the world look for and build networks. You have an opportunity through Herbalife to build a network. Whether or not they're connected to your business through product, connected to your business as a distributor, or connected to you as a friend. Your network is incredibly valuable, and it gets more valuable every single day. Give me an emoji in the chat. Give me a heart if you agree that building a network is a very important thing. Do you agree? It's a way that you can create leverage. So 1, we sell. 2, we recruit. 3, we duplicate, which helps us to grow a network. And 4, we lead. We increase the productivity of the teams that we build based upon the leadership that we bring. If there's 2 groups of equal size, one group has a great leader, and they're the same quality people. One group has a great leader, one group has a terrible leader. The group with the great leader is going to produce more. Our job as leaders is to help people do a little bit more than they would have done. My job with you tonight, today, this afternoon, this morning, wherever you're watching in the world, is to help you do a little bit more this week than you were going to do. To put you on a path towards Premier League. to put you on a path towards greatness inside of Herbalife. That's my job. That's my objective, is to help you become more productive. Some of you have unfinished business. You've started, maybe it hasn't worked out the way you wanted. You want more. I'm here to help you get on the path to getting more. Some of you have done okay, and maybe you're plateaued and kind of leveled off. And you're sick of being in a plateau and you want to go to the next level. I'm here to do everything in my power to educate you so you can work towards getting to that next level. And some of you have big goals and big dreams. Whatever that might be for you. It's going to be different in every place in the world. Learning how to become a network marketing professional is the thing that changed my life. I learned how to become a professional at selling, at recruiting, at duplicating, and at leading. And if you'll allow me, I'd like to do everything in my power to transfer everything that I know about that to you over the course of this next series of training events. So I treat this very, very seriously. And I will tell you, I understand that we have 17 different languages today, right now, as I'm speaking to you. And I understand that there's a lot of different methods of operation. There's a lot of different ways of doing things. The way people do things in India might be different than Japan, that might be different than China, might be different in the United States, might be different in Russia, might be different in Mongolia, or Korea, Cambodia, Indonesia. It might be different. So I'm not going to tell you exactly what to do, because whatever's working in your market is what you should be paying attention to. One thing I learned from Mr. Rohn is be a student of results. Don't pay attention to what sounds good. Pay attention to what works. Pay attention to what's duplicating. Pay attention to that. So everything that I'm going to share with you today should support all daily methods of operation, all DMOs. It should support them all. But if for some reason there's some conflict or some confusion, please defer to your leadership. Go to your leadership and ask them. Okay? I'm going to give you principles and concepts, and the details I'm going to let you work out. Okay? Got something in my eye, sorry. I'm going to let you work out the details. I'm going to give you the concepts. Concepts work. I've trained these in dozens of countries around the world. It works in every culture, in every language. It'll work with you. All right. Can somebody get me a tissue somewhere? Thank you. So let's talk quickly about Herbalife Premier League. They're going to give me a tissue. I got something in my eye. Thank you very much. I don't know what it is. No, I'm good. I think that'll help. Herbalife Premier League. This is something the company's never done in 44 years. They've launched it for you. And you know why? Because they want you to remember the side of our business that provides leverage for you. And that is, in addition to the amazing selling that you're doing, the recruiting and the duplication. Recruiting and duplication that will help you build an empire, that will help you build something strong and sustainable instead of just making sales. Okay, so let me give you how to qualify for the Premier League. I'm going to go through this quickly, and I'm just going to tell you, I'm not an expert on details. I would ask you to go to the company, go to your leaders in your company, go to your managers in your countries, get all the details. Okay? But if you go to myherbalife.com, click on the Herbalife Premier League I'm in button, that's going to get you into the program. Then you need to personally sponsor 10 new distributors in 2024. Starting January 1st, 10 personally sponsored distributors, each with at least 250 volume points accumulated during the sign-up month and the first full month following. For United States and Puerto Rico, it's documented volume, so it's the sign-up month plus 2 months. Okay? For U.S. and Puerto Rico. For everywhere else, it's sign-up month plus 1 month because you don't have to do the documented volume thing. So one is get 10 people personally enrolled. How is that going to help your business? Put a heart in the chat if you think 10 new personally sponsored distributors in 2024 is going to change your business on a fundamental level. I want to teach you how to do that. And then the second part of becoming a member of the Premier League is qualify 2 people who have joined at any time that have not yet been a supervisor or above in your organization. Front line, first line to you. Help 2 people get to supervisor during 2024. And if you'll do those 2 things, 10 and 2, then you'll be qualified for Premier League and you'll have access to all the benefits of Premier League for the remainder of 2024 and for the full 2025 year. And the perks are enormous. Let me give you some of the perks. You get some iron-on patches, and that's just the beginning of what they're doing. You have your own swag. There's a Premier League gift that you're going to receive. There's special recognition. Believe me, you're going to want to be at Premier League, especially when you get to events. There's going to be Premier League people, and there's going to be everybody else. Regardless of your rank, if you don't have that Premier League on your badge, you're not going to be happy. If you do, you're going to be very, very proud. I want every single one of you to commit right now to get to Premier League, and I'm going to give you the tools to get there. You get 2 free tickets to your regional extravaganza when you become a Premier League member. You get VIP treatment, including VIP registration. Everybody else stands in long lines. You get red carpet VIP treatment, members only receptions, VIP area at corporate events, and you're going to get access. The thing that I enjoy most, what do you think it is? I've trained skills, I've trained concepts, I've trained sales, I've trained social media. The thing that I'm most excited to do is train leaders, is to develop leaders. I believe leaders drive everything. So what we decided to do, the company and I, is for people who get into the Herbalife Premier League, I'm going to conduct a monthly advanced leadership development training for those people. I want you to consider this the Herbalife MBA program. This is a Herbalife doctorate program. This is advanced stuff that we don't have time to train tonight. Average people don't need to hear this. They just need to get into Premier League. They need to focus on that. And once they're in Premier League, then the leadership development can start. Because until you're in Premier League, you don't really need a lot of the leadership stuff. But I'm talking strategy. I'm talking posture. I'm talking branding. I'm talking about promotion. I'm talking about duplication. I'm talking about problem solving. I'm talking about relationships. I'm talking about all kinds of high-level things that I've trained thousands and thousands and thousands of very successful people around the world how to become superstar professionals in network marketing. My real wish is that Herbalife becomes the place that is so strong at developing leaders, at thickness of leaders, not just at the top, but thick leaders upon leaders upon leaders upon leaders upon leaders, that if you want to become a leader, just join Herbalife. If that should become the popular theme. You want to become a leader, just join Herbalife. Get yourself in Premier League, whatever you have to do, the Herbalife Premier League, and then let them work with you to become the best version of yourself. I'd normally charge well over $10,000 for what I'm going to be providing there per year for the leadership development training I'm going to provide there. You get it absolutely free, but you have to pay a price. The price you have to pay is 10 and 2. You've got to get 10 and 2 and get into the Herbalife Premier League. So let me just ask you this. I know our chat's not open, but throw whatever emoji you want into the chat. If you're committed, for sure, Premier League is yours. You're going to have it. It's going to happen in 2024. You're not going to be denied. And I will just tell you, getting into Premier League is just a decision. You got to get mad and just to say, I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. I don't know how, and don't worry about the how. We'll help you with the how. Just decide you're going to do it. A decision is the thing. Make a decision that you're going to qualify, period, end of story, for Premier League. Now, not everybody's going to do it, but those who are serious, those who put in the work, those who get better every single day, those who plug into the training, those are people who are going to have the best chances. So I want to give you every opportunity. But step one is for you to make a decision. Decide, I'm going to get into Premier League. I want to be in this group. I want to be in that leadership development training program. I want to be treated special at my company event. I want the red carpet treatment at Extravaganza. I want the private parties at Extravaganza. I want to be behind the velvet rope when everybody else isn't. I want that on my name badge, that everybody sees that I'm in the Herbalife Premier League. Okay? So let me walk you through how we're going to get there. I could see that you're all committed. I could see you're all fired up. I could see you're all ready to go. I could see all the emojis. I wish the chat was open, but I could see the emojis, and I believe you when you say you're ready to go. So let me talk to you about the training that we're going to do to help you get there. Today, we're going to teach you how to fill the funnel, how to find prospects, how to find more prospects to talk to about your business than you have time to even talk to. And when we talk about recruiting, I'm not talking about recruiting customers. I'm talking about people with an intention of building a business with Herbalife. I want to teach you how to fill the funnel and find those prospects. Find people who want to build an Herbalife business. That's what I'm going to teach you tonight. We're going to start that process. Next week, April 9th, whether you're watching live or replay, the second training is how to introduce Herbalife to those prospects. How do you invite them to take a look, and how do you educate them as to what you have? This is the gateway skill. This is where most people get stuck. They have an opportunity and they just can't figure out a way to invite people so they take a look. Don't worry about that. Don't stress about that. I'm a professional. I will teach you. I've taught millions of people. I can teach you how to properly and professionally introduce Herbalife to your prospects, whether or not you have any skill, background, experience, education, credibility. Those things don't matter. What matters is if you're willing and you're coachable and you're hungry, I will give you the tools. If you're willing, coachable, and hungry. All right? So that's next week. The week after that, part 3 is how to enroll. Now that you have those people, they understand what you have. How do you answer questions? How do you overcome objections? How do you continue the follow-up process? And how do you enroll those people as distributors? You might have a lot of people thinking about it. How do you get them from thinking about it to doing it? I'm going to teach you how to do that in a professional way. That's week 3. And you might see, you might have heard that this is a 3-week program. There's a 4th and 5th week, but you have to earn those. You don't get those automatic. These first 3, open to the world. All you had to do is opt in. To get into week 4, radical duplication, which I struggle with for my first 3.5 years in network marketing, I could enroll and I could sell, but I couldn't duplicate. I will teach you how to duplicate step by step in this special training on April 23rd. What you have to do, and if you're watching this after, it's on replay, what you have to do is enroll at least one person before April 23rd. Every one of you has to enroll at least one person using what I'm teaching you now, these next 3 weeks. Enroll one person, one distributor, not a customer, a distributor. And then you'll be invited into this radical duplication training that's on week 4. And then finally, the Premier League leadership training starts in May. The first ever Premier League leadership, advanced leadership development training is going to happen on May 21st. Now, normally you have to be in the Premier League with your 10-2 in order to be eligible to listen to that training. But for one time and one time only, we're going to reduce the qualification for the first one. If you get halfway there with the recruits, if you get 5 recruits between now and May 21st, just 5, you'll be invited into that first ever Premier League leadership development training program that's going to happen May 21st. Okay? So you have to recruit 1 to get into April 23rd. You have to recruit 5 to get into May 21st. After that, then you have to be in Premier League to be eligible or have access to any other Premier League leadership development training. Okay? Hope that's you can understand all that. If you have any questions, reach out to your company GM or your country GM. Reach out to the company. The company has a full FAQ on all of this that you can find on the website. So just know we've got you. Now let's talk about how you fill the funnel, how you find prospects. You ready? All right, here we go. In this first thing, I want to take you from an earner to a leader. There's lots of earners. Earners are temporary. Leaders are permanent. I want you to become a permanent leader. I want you to go from an amateur to a professional. That's what I want you to do. My focus for you is for you to recruit more frontline distributors as a result of this process. Bring in the class of 2024. Bring in a fresh class and let's grow them together. I want you to bring in people that have the intention to build a business, not just use the products, but intention to build a business and sell products as well and duplicate, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's my focus in this. Finding prospects is a life skill. I used to think it was a natural resource. You either knew a lot of people or you didn't. You either were influential or you weren't, right? You either were a sociable, outgoing person who could talk to anybody, or you were shy and introverted and you had no chance. And I found out that that's not true. What I learned is this is a life skill. Networking is a life skill. Your network is the most valuable thing you can develop because with a network, you can accomplish just about anything. So I want to teach you how to network. And what I will say as we start is all business is conversation. One of my mentors taught me this, and it changed my life. All business is conversation. If you're in conversation with people, you're in business. If you're not in conversation, then you're not in business. It's as simple as that. All business is conversation. And most of you don't have a conversation problem, and you don't have a quality problem. You have a quantity problem. You're not having enough conversations. This whole week, this first week of Premier League, Herbalife Premier League training is about you increasing quantity of conversations. And I can hear your limiting beliefs. I'm worried about talking to people about the business. For now, the conversation doesn't have to be about business. It just has to be a conversation. And I need you to do it in quantity, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. Now, some of you might be asking, how do I find people? I mean, I've talked to everybody I know. I was really scared. When I first joined, I didn't think I knew that many people. How do you find people in order to be able to have a conversation? Would you like me to teach you how to find people? More people than you have opportunity to be able even reach more than you have the time, give me an emoji. I can see the emojis popping up. All the thumbs up. You'd like me to teach you that? Let me give you our goal. Here's our goal as we start this whole process. Our goal is education and understanding. Our goal is not sales. Our goal is not recruiting or duplication or leadership. Guess what our goal is? Our objective when we talk to a prospect. You know what it is? To educate that prospect to the point that they understand what you have. They understand all the things that I share with you already. They understand how this product or this series of products can change their life. They understand the size of the market. They understand the credibility of the company. They understand the power of the opportunity, the legacy of 44 years. They understand. Educate people to the point that they understand, because once somebody understands, it's an easy decision. They'll say yes or they'll say no. And that's okay. Either one's okay. Or they might say not now. Yes, no, or not now. Those are the three options once somebody understands what it is that you have. So our goal is education and understanding. And once I understood that, it took all the pressure off of me. I felt so much pressure, like to sell. I need to go get somebody. I need to go recruit somebody. I got to go sell somebody. And I felt all this pressure. And once somebody said, you don't have to worry about selling or recruiting. Just focus on education. I went, oh, I can do that. I can tell them what we have. I can find out what they're looking for. I can tell them what we have, and I can see if there's a fit. I could do that. And it opened up all kinds of opportunities for me. I had all kinds of limiting beliefs that I wasn't good enough, or I wasn't successful enough, or I didn't know enough people. But once I realized that all I had to do was educate, that took the pressure off of me. Because if I'm educating somebody, I can't really be rejected. They're rejecting education. They're not rejecting me. So I was like, wow, okay, this is amazing. I'm going to go educate the world. I'm going to go tell everybody what I have. I'm going to show them the power of our compensation structure. I'm going to show them the power of our products. I'm going to show them the credibility of the company. I'm going to show them the amount of support that's available. I'm going to show them the timing situation that's available in my country. I'm going to show them my team and my system. I'm going to show them all these things and let them make a decision. So how do you find people if the goal is education and understanding? I'm going to give you a list of 9 things. I want you, I don't have a slide for this, but I want you to write down all 9 of these things. Okay? How do you find people? Number 1, on your phone. Pull out your phone. Anyone in your phone that is not a distributor, write them down. Write them down. Every single person that's in your phone that is not currently a distributor. If they're a customer, that's fine. That they're still a distributor prospect. If they're a customer, write their name down on a piece of paper. Okay? This is a little bit of work, but again, this is life work. Networking is a very powerful thing. So, number 1, take every single contact in your phone and write it down. Number 2, every single person you have in your email and write it down. Number 3, every single person you're connected with on social media, every person who follows you, every person who's a fan, a follower, or a friend on social, every single one on every platform, I want you to write them down. It's getting to be a pretty big list, right? Phone, email, and every social, including WhatsApp, including Telegram, including Discord, including WeWork, including you name it, every platform in every country. Write down every single connection. So phone is 1. Email is 2. Social is 3. Let me give you another quick tip on social. Every time you post something, if somebody likes it, comments on it, or shares it, that's going to give you an opportunity to start a conversation. True or false? It's going to give you an opportunity. They liked your post. you can send them a DM and say, hey, thanks for liking my post. And now you've started a conversation. Okay? And that's where we're going to go to. We're going to start as many conversations as we can this week. And then I'm going to teach you how to turn those conversations into distributors for the people who are willing to become distributors after they become educated. So if they comment on your post, you can send them another message. Don't have to comment under that comment. Send them a DM and say, hey, thanks for the comment. It gives you another opportunity to start a conversation. So phone, email, social, all of the platforms, and all of the feedback that you get from every post that you ever do on social. Then you have, number 4, the people they know. Think about Facebook, for example. And I know for some of you it's an old platform, but it's still a good platform to grow a business, or whatever the equivalent platform is in your country. A lot of those platforms will tell you who your friends know. Take a look at who you know, and then who do they know? And you're going to realize that you know a lot of those people. And you can connect with those people, and you can start a conversation with them as well, saying, hey, I see we're both friends. And you can start a conversation. So who did they know? Who do your parents know? Who do your friends know? Who do social media people know? Who do the people in your phone know? And you're going to start to build a longer list. That's number 4. Number 5, where do you spend money? Where do you spend money? Who do you spend your money with? Make a list of all of those people. Those are excellent prospects. Where do you spend your money? Who does your insurance? Who's your real estate person? Who's your banker? Who does your dry cleaning service? Who washes your car? I mean, whatever. Make a list of those people. That's number 5. Number 6, network on purpose. Network on purpose. Get out of your house. Well, before you get out of your house, can you network on purpose in your house? The answer is yes. Could you join a bunch of social groups with your common interests? Of course. If you're into Lamborghinis, how many Lamborghini groups do you think there are that you could join and build friends with? If you're into whatever, technology, how many technology groups can you join? Bring value to that group and make some friends. If you're into suits, if you're into watches, how many watch groups could you join, make friends, bring value, and start conversations? Network on purpose. You could do that online, but you could also do it in your community. If you dropped me into anywhere, if you dropped me into Vietnam, I don't know Vietnamese. You drop me into Vietnam, I don't know the language. I promise you I will quickly build a big network in Vietnam. You know how? I would do everything possible to find somebody who is bilingual, and then I would have that person help me meet every single influential person in all of Vietnam. Introduce me to everybody, every business owner, every top salesperson, every entrepreneur, every person of influence, every person of faith, every person of anything. Introduce me with no agenda. I promise you, within 1 month, I could walk down the street and everybody would say, hi, Eric, hi, Eric, hi, Eric, in whatever language. And I could use the network to be able to grow a business. I would join a health club. I would join different groups. I would volunteer. I would network on purpose. Networking on purpose is tremendously valuable. So that's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, networking on purpose. Next is the people that you meet. The people that you meet. And this one's an interesting one because I wish I could ask you in the chat, but those of you who've been around network marketing for a while, I want you to think about something and answer this question at least to yourself. How many people that are on your team today, on your Herbalife team today, did you know the day you joined Herbalife? How many people that are on your Herbalife team today did you know the day that you joined Herbalife? What percentage of your total group did you know? I'll bet you it's in the single digits. I'll bet you it's a very small percentage. And how is that possible when it's all about who we know? No, it's about who we meet. It's about being a citizen of the world. It's about paying attention. When somebody drives us in an Uber or somebody serves us food in a restaurant, it's about connecting with new people, meeting new people at the workout gym or connecting with new people or being social. The best networkers in the world collect friends. Every time they meet somebody, they connect with them, they find a creative way to stay in touch, and they meet people and collect friends. That's what strong networkers do, and that's what you can do as well. So if you raise your awareness, there are prospects around you every single day that you're not even looking at. You're not even paying attention, especially if you get out of your house. Okay? So phone, email, social, people they know, people you spend money with. Number 6, network on purpose. Number 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the people that you meet as you live your life. Number 8, that you collect friends as a hobby. You collect friends with no agenda. You just build a network, provide as much value as you can. Number 9, professional networkers, they stay in touch. They just find a creative way to stay in touch. Send a funny meme, say hello, find out what's going on in their life. Set an alarm on your phone and just say hi once a month. To stay in touch. And then number 10, I have a tool for you. And the company has been kind enough to translate this into all the different various languages. It's called a memory jogger, prepared for you by Herbalife. This is something that I've used for many, many years. How to build an ever-expanding list. How to add at least 2 people every single day. And inside of here is a list of things that will remind you of who you might know. This whole book. And then there's a whole candidate list where you can organize your candidates in the back. This is going to be sent to you absolutely free as a gift via PDF that you can print out, you can bind yourself, and you can have for your teams. Okay? Your company went through great work to be able to put this together, herbalize it, and make it available in all these different languages, like 37 languages this morning, earlier today, 17 languages today or this evening or whatever time it is for you, the second time. So what is that, 54 languages that they were willing to do this for you in. So big thanks to the company for doing that. That was above and beyond. It was amazing. So those are the 10 ways to find unlimited, I'm not going to say unlimited, but 10 ways to find more prospects than you will have time to be able to speak to. So now that we found this, if all business is conversation and we found people to talk to, what do we need to do now? We need to engage in some conversations. We need to increase the number of conversations. Again, what is our goal? Education and understanding. Education and understanding. So when I say start a conversation, what do I mean? People ask me for scripts. I'm not really a big fan of exact scripts. But here's what I mean. Pretend for this week that you don't have a product to sell. Pretend for this week that you don't have an opportunity to recruit for. And I just want you to start as many conversations as you can. Be a real human being talking to another real human being. And people ask me, well, what should I say? Well, start with hello. Hi, how are you? Whether it's on WhatsApp or it's on SMS or it's in any platform, say hello. I saw your name and it made me smile. What's new in your life? How's 2024 going? What's going on with your kids? Check out their social profile and find out something that's happening with them so you can comment on that thing. And I want you to do this as many times as humanly possible. And I want you to start the conversation. what's new, what's happening. A really interesting one that I'll show you how to use later, but is have you heard the news? Which is really great because it gets people's curiosity. What news? Then you can talk to them about what you have. It's a little fast, but for now, say hi, say hello. What's new? What's happening? How are the kids? What's going on? What's the weather like where you're at? What are you doing for fun? Just start a conversation without an agenda. If you just dive right into business, they're going to go, oh, come on. And then if you stop talking to them when they find out it's about business, then they're going to be even more turned off. Be a real human being, okay? Talk to them about them. If they ask about you, just keep it about them. Turn it right back out about them. People you'll find are endlessly interested in talking about themselves. So ask them what's going on in their life. So that's how to engage, how to start. Then next, how do you build rapport? In starting these conversations, the job now is keep the conversation going. You ask them a question, they answer. Oh, that's interesting. Well, what about this? Have you ever thought of that? Or, here's what I did with this. Maybe you start telling jokes back and forth. It doesn't even matter. Find out what's happening in their life. Keep the conversation going. Think of it like you're playing tennis. You hit the ball over the net. You started the conversation. They hit it back. Great. Then you hit it back over again. Then they hit it back. Fantastic. Now what you want to do is don't overdo this. Some people are like bang, 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 bang. Super fast, too much. If it's too much, they're going to go like, whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't buy into this. I got stuff to do. Keep it light, keep it appropriate. You can respond a day later. You can respond 2 days later. They'll respond when they respond. I want you to have so many conversations that you're not worried about the ones that are not responding to you. Instead of like, whoa, did I do something wrong? They're not responding to me. Get creative. Don't overdo it, but start as many conversations as you can and keep the conversation going. There's something that's going to happen that we're going to talk about next week called a pivot point. There's going to be an opportunity where they either ask you, so what are you doing with your life? And you'll have an opportunity to introduce them to Herbalife. Or you're going to have an opportunity to say to them, listen, since I've been talking to you over this last week, it's been a lot of fun, but I can't get this idea out of my head and I want to share it with you. So you can either initiate the pivot or they will initiate the pivot one way or the other. You'll be able to have an opportunity to begin the education process. But for this week, it's all about conversation. So here's what I'm looking for you to do. I want you to imagine a funnel. If there's a funnel and, let's say that this bottle here is filled with honey and I'm just going to drip one drop of honey into this funnel. Just one drop. Is that drop going to make it through to the bottom? Yes or no? It's not going to make it through. It's not enough. It's just going to dry up. That's what happens when you have one conversation with somebody. It dries up on the side. It gets all crusty on the side. You say, well, I'm having a conversation with at least one person a week. Well, if you drip one drop of honey in that funnel once a week, then it's just going to dry up. You don't have enough velocity to get something moving and to turn those prospects in that funnel into distributors. So here's what we're going to focus on this week, okay? We're going to focus on filling the funnel. Just pour it all in. I want you to have as many conversations as is humanly possible. Just pour in the conversations. Don't even worry about what you're going to say. Get creative. I'm talking about at scale on every platform. Because when you do, it'll flow. It's not going to stop. It's going to flow. Do you understand how it can flow through? If you have enough conversations, you don't have to be that good and you can still get into the Premier League. Jim Rohn used to say, because of his ambition and understanding his numbers, if one person could recruit 9 out of every 10 people that he talked to, that was his numbers, 90%, and he could only recruit one person out of every 10, and there was a contest, Jim Rohn said, I recruit 1 out of 10, he recruits 9 out of 10, I will win. Because when he talks to 10 people and gets 9, I'll talk to 100 people and get 10. So you can make up in numbers what you lack in skill. You can talk to enough people, get enough conversations going, and I'll teach you exactly. No, don't worry about how we're going to educate them. That's going to be next week. This week is to start the conversations. Don't even worry about your business. Start as many as humanly possible. So this week is about a very serious challenge, and it's called the Conversation Challenge. I want to get you to agree with me to engage in a conversation challenge. And what does that mean? I want you to think about how many people can you start a conversation with? Whether it's in person, on your phone, on text, DMs, on social, anywhere, any way. Email, not my favorite, but still, any way you possibly can. Okay? So I want you to think about a number that would be a good goal for this week. How many conversations could you start this week in the next 7 days from now to the next training? How many could you start? And then some of them are going to return the conversation, but how many can you get going? How many can you start, initiate? And you're going to find out real fast after like 10 conversation starters, this worked, this didn't. They didn't like this. They respond really well to this. You know, if it's light and fun, I get more responses. If it's serious, I get less responses. You're going to learn real fast. So what's your goal? You got a number in your head? Give me a thumbs up. Give me an emoji if you got a number in your head. How many conversations you can start in the next 7 days. And understand, you could do this 15 minutes at a time. I don't care how busy you are. You can fulfill your conversation goal while you're going to the bathroom. 15 minutes at a time. You can take a little break, even if you're really busy. Take a break, start some conversations. Take another break, start some conversations. So you got the number in your head? Got it? All right. Now I want you to double it. Whatever that number was, I can't see in the chat. All I can see is the emojis, but I want you to double the number. And now think about, what would I have to do that? Because I promise you, there is double whatever your goal was in those 10 things. Between this memory jogger and the other 9 things that I gave you, there's enough people to double the conversations that you had as your initial goal. Okay? Now think about what you have to do that. It might be a little bit of a push, a stretch, but will it be good for you? The answer is, of course it's going to be good for you. Now I want you to do one more thing, and most of you aren't going to be ready to do this. I want you to double it one more time. Double it one more time. Okay? And I know this is freaking some of you out. I know this is scaring some of you. But here's what I'm here to tell you. Your double when it comes to the conversations. Let's say you said, I'm going to talk to 100 people this week. I'm going to start 100 conversations. I don't know how many are going to respond to me, but I'm going to start 100 conversations. And then I say double it. Okay, I got to start 200 conversations. All right, double it again. All right, I got to start 400 conversations. Is that possible? Is it possible for you to do? The answer is yes, it's possible. You can do this. I don't care what kind of a small town you live in. If you have a phone, if you have access to the internet, you can start 400 conversations. Even if you met them this week, you can start 400 conversations. Now I want you to answer this question. If you started 400 conversations, what are your chances of at least 10 of those people at some point soon becoming an Herbalife distributor? What are the chances? From 0 to 100%. If you start 400 conversations, what are the chances that at least 10 people will become a frontline distributor of yours? Pretty close to 100%. I mean, it's no guarantee, it's no claim, but it's hard for me to imagine you having a conversation with 400 people and 10 of them not looking for an opportunity. And then what are the chances doing that and teaching other people to do the same thing that we can find 2 people out of your entire universe, 2 frontline people that you can help to become a supervisor within your organization, doing whatever it is that your organization does. I think the chances are much, would you agree, while they're not guaranteed, they're much better if you have more conversations? See, what most of you are doing is you're having 5 or 6 conversations and you're hoping to get 10 distributors. And it's just not reasonable. You're having 3 conversations. You're talking to the same 3 people over and over and over and over again, and you're hoping to get big results. It's just not reasonable. You have a quantity problem. You don't have a quality problem. The company already has the quality. Your team already has the quality. Your systems already are quality. Compensation structures already quality. You need quantity. You need quantity. So whatever your number was, if it was 10, then it turned to 20, then it turned to 40, I want you to commit to it. But how many people are on this Zoom right now, approximately? 49, 50,000 people? 50,000 people from all over. And there was, I think, 72,000 this morning. So between earlier today and right now, there was 122,000 people listening to this training. Here's my goal. Here's my wish. That you average, as a group, 100 conversations each. Now, I want somebody to do the math for me. What's 100 times 122,000? What is 100 times 122,000? I was a poor student. What's the number? 12.2 million conversations in 7 days. That's the power. That's why you're such a giant. 12.2 million conversations in 7 days. What happens to Herbalife in 7 days, even if you're not very good at it? 12.2 million conversations. That's the power of leverage and the network and what we can do together. Whether you're brand new or you have a huge team, if you do everything in your power to make sure everybody averages 100, that might mean you might need to do more than 100 because some are going to do less. But if you average 100, 12.2 million, how many of those people are going to become Herbalife distributors? Given enough time and education, they fully understand the opportunity in front of them. A big number. How many of you are going to be able to use this conversation challenge in order to be able to get yourself to Premier League faster than you normally would? So show me by emoji. Let's just focus on hearts for a moment. Let's focus on hearts only. If you're committed to at least 100 conversations in the next 7 days, I want to see the hearts. Show me the hearts. Let me see. Let me see. I want to see how many of you can believe that you can do this. Don't worry about how. Just say yes, tell the world, and figure it out. All right, I'm seeing more and more and more and more and more hearts. And some of you might be asking, and before I give it back to Chiranjeet, or I guess I'm just closing myself. But thanks, Chiranjeet, for introducing me. Next week, 7 days from now, I'm going to teach you how to take all these 12.2 million conversations and whatever your portion is, and how to introduce them to Herbalife. How to introduce Herbalife to those prospects. How to educate those people to the point that they understand what it is that you have, which is an absolute gift. So for those of you around the world, I can't wait to see you in person. I'm honored and I'm privileged to be here working with you. I consider you my brothers and my sisters around the world on a combined mission. I think we're going to do outrageous, spectacular, amazing things. I think 20 billion is right around the corner. I can see it as clearly as I've ever been able to see anything in my life. And you know what that starts with? Somebody out there that's not making anything figures out a way to make $300. Somebody out there that's a single mom that figures out a way to be able to take care of their family. Somebody out there that didn't have hope and now has hope. Has the gift of a vehicle to express their entrepreneurship and to be able to earn some money. Now, with everything that I've shared here, please understand nothing is a claim, nothing is a promise. We're not promised anything. You look at the income disclaimers connected to the company, you look at all the standards and practices, you look at all the different things. I'm here to tell you what I see, and I'm here to educate you on the fastest way to educate the world on what you have. What you do with it is going to be up to you. Okay? So next week, I'm going to teach you how to introduce all of these conversations, how to pivot and introduce all of them to Herbalife. The week after that, I'm going to teach you how to answer questions, overcome objections, help them join. And then after that, if you get at least one recruit, and if you do this conversation challenge, you'll get the one recruit. If you get at least one recruit, then I'll teach you the formula for radical duplication. Week 4. And then if you get 5 recruits, I'll invite you for a little sneak peek into the Herbalife Premier League Advanced Leadership Training in May. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in person at sometime in the future. Until next week, go out there, focus, 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 focus. Give me one more emoji in the chat if you're going to go follow through on this conversation challenge, because it's going to change your life. Okay? Mad love to all of you around the world. I'm honored and privileged to work with you, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.